to see you.
Oh, thank you so much for doing this. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
So I'm ready.
Okay.
What do you want me to do?
Well, I would love for you to come into the bathroom and change into a smock. The clean ones are on the back of the door, and I'll wait for you out here.
To women, a beauty salon is more than a feminine barber shop. It is a place where they may be transformed from commonplace to outstanding, where natural beauty is developed and accentuated.
Some places you are what they call an independent contractor. You agree to do the work and abide by the rules of the salon. However, you have a little bit more freedom as to when you come in and work. Beyond that, there's self-employment, which is very close to being an independent contractor. However, you get a lot more freedom. You rent your space from the salon when you're self-employed, and you're not necessarily tied down to using the products. You're not necessarily tied down to charging the same prices as everybody else, and you certainly aren't necessarily tied down to being at the salon during a certain time frame. You're allowed to come and go pretty much as you please because you're paying for the space itself. When you are self-employed or when you independent contract, however, the trade-off is also that you have to take care of your own taxes. Ooh. Which can be a little bit, you know, of a put-off for some people, and some people definitely enjoy being able to do that. Of course, when you work for a salary or a commission, you usually get some sort of a tax form filled out beforehand, and the corporation takes care of that for you. Some places you work on an hourly basis. Some places you work on commission. Some places you work on an hourly plus commission.
I'm not sure I quite understand the difference between hourly and commission.
Hourly is, you know,
you get paid a certain amount.
You get paid a certain amount by the hour, and that's it. There are some places that, depending on the amount of work you do, because there are so many different aspects to hairstyling, because there's so many different things you can do. There's hair cutting, there's highlighting, there's coloring, there's perming the hair, there's straightening the hair, there's maybe you do special events like weddings and you put the hair up in a style, or for proms. So if you were to add on any of these services beyond what we consider normal hairstyling, which would be basically coloring and cutting hair, then the salon would pay you a little bit extra for that work. Maybe you sold shampoo, extra shampoo, you can make 10% commission off of your sales.
Gotcha.
And that's one way to increase your salary at working for a salon. So that's what commission would be.
Okay.
From courts of royalty, the beautician has become an important part of everyday American life. Just as a beautician learns the craft on the job, a barber begins as an apprentice in an established shop. In times past, a young man learned how and went to work. Now, in all but a few states, he must be schooled and examined.
There is what they call cosmetology school, and it's a matter of hours is what you do. You have to accumulate a certain amount of hours, and you have to accumulate a certain amount of practical experience. Now, every state, of course, varies on what they think is appropriate for them individually. California happens to be the strictest state in the union, and that they require the most amount of hours. And then after you complete your schooling, and California, I believe, it used to, when I went to school, it was 1,600 hours. I believe they've upped it to 1,800 hours. If you equate 1,600 hours out to a regular 40-hour-a-week work job, a full-time job, it would take you approximately 11 to 13 months.
Wow.
Other parts of the country, I think they go as high as 1,200 hours. So after you complete schooling, you apply to the state to take a test, and then you go to a facility and you have a full day of examinations. You do practical work, which is pretty much what I'm doing now. You apply hair color, you do a haircut, you do a facial, you do various activities that way, and then you have a 3-hour written test to pass as well. Yeah, wow. So it's pretty intensive.
And is cosmetology school programs, are they expensive?
They vary. In relation to regular college, no, I'd say they're not. On average, in California, hairdressing school, cosmetology school will cost anywhere between $7,000 and $10,000 for the complete course. It's not per year, it is for the whole course itself.
As members of a civilized society, we are concerned with our appearance before others.
What's the hardest part of your job?
Ooh, the hardest part of the job. I think that the hardest part of the job is actually getting over your own fear of what you're doing. Having faith and trust that you do know your skill and that things are going to come out the way that you are envisioning them to come out. And you have to have confidence. You have to exude confidence, which does build. You know, the more you practice, there's a common saying in hairdressing, actually, when hairdressers first graduate and get their license and they go out to work. Every experienced hairdresser will tell a young hairdresser, it's called, you fake it till you make it.
Oh,
You just put on that smile, you have that confidence, even if you show confidence, even if you don't feel the confidence, and eventually that confidence will start to build in you and the confidence will become a reality to you and your work.
Yes, that's good for public speaking as well. Fake it till you make it. Yeah, I believe in that. What's the easiest part of your job, if there is something that's easy?
You know, really, the easiest part of the job is coming to work. You never feel any pressure to come to work, besides the pressure to perform and the pressure to do well on your client, but that doesn't prevent you from wanting to go to work. It's such a wonderful skill. You realize that you get to spend all day talking to people, you get to learn about people, you get to learn about their experiences and their world. Not only do you get to learn about them, but you get to forge long-lasting friendships with people as you have them as clients over the years. And that can be very special to you. So it becomes a joy. And another wonderful thing about hairdressing is that when you're done at the end of the day, you put your scissors away, you're done.
No homework.
No homework.
Wow.
You're not taking any reports home to have to finish them up. You're not taking any papers to file. You're not having to make phone calls. You're done when you're done. And when you come to work, you just pull your scissors out and you're ready. So that can create a lot of ease in your life. And it creates a lot of joy, you know. So
I like the freedom of that.
The freedom is definitely the ease of it.
Is there one particular aspect of your job that you like the best? I mean, it sounds like you like everything about your job, but is there one area that's really tickles your fancy?
There is. For me, it's really the finished product. The process I love and enjoy. It's a personal challenge to be consistent, but really for me, it's the fascination with the final product, that you came in one way and in a very short amount of time, an hour to 2 to maybe 3 hours at the most, you end up something completely different. And that is the most rewarding part of the job, is when the client looks and goes, thank you so much, I look wonderful. And to know that you had a hand in that, that you participated in that, that's definitely the most rewarding part of the job.
And is there some aspect of your job that you like the least?
Yes, there is.
Okay.
Absolutely. These things right here. Why I don't like these the most is because they come in a package and you have to pull them out individually and then you have to tear them in half. And they come in a package of about 500 to 1,000. And I would say, honestly, this is my least favorite thing to do, is rip foil.
Since 1945, an increasing number of men have chosen the beautification of womankind as a career. Their customers have confidence in their judgment because, after all, who is more appreciative of beautiful women than a man?
So, yes, I would say some of the qualities that you would have to have are self-motivation and definitely to be personable. And I would definitely say that there's a certain amount of a physical state that you have to be in. You have to be able to stand on your feet. So, you know, there are certain limitations that you might have. If you get tired, you might have to consider how many hours in a row you can work. Sometimes the good thing about hairstyling is you have the ability to break up your day. You can work for 3 hours in the morning, take a 3-hour break, and then work for 3 hours in the afternoon. So those are some of the qualities the main qualities I would have to say.
So
now I have to stick you under a dryer for a little while. It'll help the process of your color.
Cutting hair to fit a specific personality is what makes the difference between a hair cutter and an artist.
Beyond just doing the physical work of the hair cutting, there are a lot of opportunities for advancements. You can become the salon manager, you can open your own business, you can become a sales representative for product lines. Some people even get very advanced and eventually start hairdressing communities, hairdressing guilds, and those are the ones that are responsible for hair shows and for hair competitions. You can definitely get into a more expansive line of work with hairdressing, such as approaching doing movies or television work. So yeah, the room for advancement is really amazing.
Every part of beauty care must be performed slowly and with attention to detail. It is really to the beautician's credit that it takes as little time as it does to cut, wash, set, dry, and comb a woman's hair.
The most important little piece of information I would say for new hairstylists, people wanting to be hairstylists, is it takes a couple of years. After you become a hairstylist, after you get licensed as a hairstylist, it takes a couple of years, like I said, to gain your confidence, to gain clientele, and to really start making a living as a hairstylist.
So get out and do it.
Get out and do it, and understand that it is going to take a little bit of time, that it is not a super fast turnaround. You know, it will take a couple of years, and not to be discouraged by that.
Okay, that's really important advice. And my final question is there anything else you think I should know about becoming a hairstylist?
See, I think something else that you can know about being a hairstylist is just be prepared. Be prepared. Be prepared emotionally, be prepared physically. You know, it doesn't mean you need to be in the gym 5 hours a day and be this, you know, athletic person. Hairdressers come in all shapes and sizes, but know that it is both physically and emotionally demanding. There's an amazing statistic that only 1% of people who go through cosmetology school actually end up as hairdressers for their career.
Wow.
That's an amazing, amazing number. Most of them do it for part-time and then they never do it again because it is very taxing. And after going through a couple of years of listening to people and listening to their stories and the physical demand, it really puts a lot of people off. Wow. So just, you know, just be prepared that it is something that is very personal. It is a very personal industry. It's not something that you can just, you know, it's not just selling pharmaceuticals and then walking away. You know, it's something that is very personal and it takes a personal toll on you.
Well, thank you again. I really, really appreciate all the information
you very
you get.
much. It was a pleasure having you.
Could I get your business card?
Absolutely,
in
I would love to.
Great.
There you are.
Okay, thanks
all right.
so much.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Okay,
I'll see you next
bye-bye.
time. Bye.